Hey everybody, this is Mike Bono from the North Andover Athletic Association, and you are listening to the Nightly News Podcast, the show that brings you inside the lines of North Andover High School athletics. All right, welcome back to the Nightly News Podcast. This is Mike Bono. I am back. I've been absent, which I apologize for, but I'm here alongside Al Aperti. Al, how are you?
Good. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing great. Good to be back here. And,
heard you had a great trip. We'll save that maybe for another podcast. But...
I did. All I can say is go Morocco. They're great people, and hopefully we wish them well in the World Cup. So our today's guest is Christina Rando, who is the varsity gymnastics coach at North Andover High School. Christina, welcome to the Nightly News Podcast.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so let's kick it off. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, your background with gymnastics, coaching the high school team, how long you've been doing it, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, sure. So this is my 6th year coaching North Andover High School, and it's been an awesome experience. And I started coaching club gymnastics or rec when I was about 14 or 15, and I've loved it ever since. And so I was really excited to learn about the opportunity to coach the high school. It was definitely a learning curve, a lot of rule changes, and so that was all new for me. But now my kids that I'm coaching are starting coaching themselves, so it's come full circle. So it's been an awesome experience.
And you've been doing it for about 6 years, you said, right?
Yeah.
And so tell us a little bit about the team, makeup of the team, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors, how many kids participate?
Yeah, sure. So we have 14 girls this year, and that's a good number. It's manageable. My first year we started with only 9, and then we grew a little bit bigger, and then 14 this year. So we have 6 seniors and 5 senior captains. So that's definitely going to be a loss after this year, but we have a lot of great incoming freshmen, and the sophomores and juniors are pretty strong as well.
Yeah.
How many events are in a typical meet?
So gymnastics has 4 events: vault, bars, beam, and floor. So we usually compete against 1 or 2 teams. We'll do a dual or a tri meet. So if we're away, we'll start on bars, and then we'll go, bars, vault, floor, beam. And if we're home, we're going to go like vault, bars, beam, floor. So
is there an advantage to that? Is there a reason why you do it differently home and away?
yes. So home team, ending on floor is a little bit more exciting, I would say. But yeah, when we're away, we end on beam.
And do the kids who participate, do they typically participate in all 4 of those events?
So not all of them. So we'll have 2 all-around gymnasts, and they do all 4 events. And then, we'll choose a few. There's 6 competitors on each event, and wherever they're strong, we'll pull from there. And then also, their preferences. If they really like beam, I usually give them a shot. And we also have, the opportunity to put up a few JV exhibitions for each event as well.
And can you give people sort of a lay of the land? So North Andover is obviously in the Merrimack Valley Conference. Do all the schools have a gymnastics program, or only a few of them?
Yeah, so only a few of them. We're really lucky to have a team. So we compete against 9 teams in the close vicinity to us. So we're in the MVC conference, of course. I didn't have high school gymnastics growing up. I definitely wish I did. So the girls are really lucky to have the program.
Who's the top teams? 3 or 4 in the area.
So looking into this year, I think Andover's obviously our rival, and they're looking really great this year, and they always have. And then I know Central is coming in really strong this year as well.
So I know Legends is a big program. It's a club program in North Andover. Do a lot of the Andover girls participate there with a lot of the North Andover girls? Like, are they teammates at the club level, and then they go to high school and they're kind of competing against each other?
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of the girls know each other on all of the different surrounding teams because they have been teammates in the past, or they, know each other from extracurriculars or whatever. But so it's awesome to kind of, see them competing against each other, and it's a really good environment.
How many meets do you have in a typical season?
Usually we have about 6 to 7 regular season meets, and then we have MVCs, which is at the end of the season where all 9 teams compete against each other.
And then what happens at the state level? Is it like track and field where you're best vaulter or your best, bar person?
Yeah, so definitely there's opportunities to advance. So a few years ago we made it to sectionals, which is definitely the goal. So that's where they take our top 4 scores, average them, and then they get submitted, and then we're kind of put into the pool. And then so we made it a few years. And then also there's an opportunity for individual gymnasts to make individual championships. So say, we have a really great bar, competitor, and they're looking great and they have the top scores to submit. They'll go to individuals, and that's outside of our regular season.
So probably like track, is it based on scores?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for gymnastics, usually, is it male and female or mostly female?
Mostly female, but we have had boys on the team in the past, and there are opportunities for boys to join the team. And we always welcome it. It's awesome to have because, the boys coming on, they really have like a great vault and floor background. And I know a few other schools have seen them on bars too, which is really awesome. We have all girls this year, but, it's really good to have boys, but, maybe in the future.
In a lot of sports, it seems like there's a little bit of a tension, a push and pull between the club sports and the high school level. How does that play out with gymnastics?
Yeah, that's definitely a big factor for gymnastics because we have the girls that are trying to manage school and club and high school gymnastics all at the same time. So if someone's a really high level gymnast and they're, practicing club, they're probably practicing around 16 to 20 hours. So getting them to high school practice has always been kind of a struggle, but I think it's been better with the club coaches allowing the girls to do high school gymnastics because I think it's a really good opportunity. They get to compete for their school. They get to be part of something else. So I think it's moving in the right direction.
Now, club's pretty much year-round, or at least 9 months a year, right? So it's really just a short period of that club year that they're kind of double dipping.
Yeah, exactly. So club is year-round. They never stop. So that 3-month period of time is kind of stressful for those girls that are kind of just trying to rearrange their schedules to make both work. But they are generally more successful because they have the year-round practice.
Gotcha.
Do you see, Christina, a lot of overuse injuries due to the kind of nonstop nature of gymnastics and probably using a lot of the same muscles day in and day out?
Yeah, so we try to balance it. So if someone's really high level and, they have aches and pains, we try to take it easy at high school practice, kind of just like give them a break. They're already putting in their hours during the week. So, we're really specific about, following doctor's orders, following physical therapist requests. So, but yeah, so we try not to overuse or, overwork the girls.
Do you have anyone on your coaching staff, or is it just you by yourself?
So I have a lovely assistant, Haley Bishop. She was on the team 2 years ago, and she's been a help to me ever since, and especially like last year with COVID, I really realized that I needed someone, and she has been absolutely wonderful. So,
can you just talk about your coaching philosophy? Like what, sort of how do you manage the girls, and I'm sure there's a lot of success and a lot of maybe struggle sometimes. Talk about how you communicate with the girls, your outlook on the team, the culture.
Yeah, definitely. So we try to cultivate a fun and, something that they want to be doing. So club can be really stressful, and I think my main goal is to have fun every year and just, keep them coming back, grow kind of like the camaraderie in the community. And, they don't have to all be best friends, but I've seen a lot of support between one another, and it's really great to see.
And a lot of the sports at the high school sort of feed up from the North Andover Booster Club, but gymnastics does not have a booster program, and so I assume all those kids participate at Legends or some other type of program, and then feed up through.
Yeah, so they'll either come from Legends or, the surrounding gyms, Reading, Yellow Jackets, and I'm kind of working with the skill set that they currently have and kind of molding them into being a high school gymnast. And I really leave it all to the club coaches because they're teaching them the skills and I'm kind of molding them and perfecting them, if that makes sense.
So from outside, from someone who doesn't, never really participate in gymnastics or doesn't have much experience with it, are there any examples of a kid who maybe wasn't a gymnast at 12 and decides freshman year, hey, my friend's on the team, I want to try out? Does that happen much?
Yeah, definitely. Every year I have a few of the girls that I haven't really had the pleasure of coaching in the past because they were a dancer or they did cheerleading. And both of those can be beneficial to us because gymnastics is both tumbling and dance. Mm-hmm. And those girls that have joined that I haven't known have been, really great assets to the team. So
great. Is there anything else about the program that maybe you want to share with whether it be families who have children, as Al alluded to, maybe 6 in the middle school, or kids maybe in the high school who might want to participate but haven't?
Yeah, definitely. So gymnastics is a really hard sport to stick with all the way through high school. And I know a lot of kids, start at a younger age and rec, and then they'll move to team, and then so I guess my main thing is kind of putting the word out that we do have a high school gymnastics team and that it can be a really rewarding experience for those who decide to stick with it. So
what advice do you give to the 7th or 8th grader that wants to participate at the varsity level in high school? What are you looking for in a teammate, in a team member?
Yeah, sure. So we just had our 7th and 8th grade information night, and I met a lot of girls that were, thinking of doing the team, and they had a lot of great questions. So I think for them, they're always asking, how do we manage club in high school? And for me, I just kind of respond with, it's a really fun environment. It's not really a high pressure. And we have a lot of fun with meets, and we do a lot of team bonding, and basically, telling them that it's a really great experience. So, yeah.
Forgive me if you already answered this, but are there girls on the team that don't participate in club and just do high school?
Yeah, actually, a lot of the girls this year are not club gymnasts, but I just happen to have some really talented non-club gymnasts this year. Of course, I would prefer that they compete club because they're sticking with it year-round, and but I actually have a lot of girls that don't do gymnastics year-round but still bring in some really high scores. So
that's great. That's great.
Some names? So you're in a tricky spot because when I ask the track coaches, hey, give me a few names or captains, they don't feel like they have to name all 90 or 100 kids on the team. You get 16, so there's an outside chance you could probably rattle them all off. Yeah. Feel free if you'd like to maybe start with your captains and
yeah,
who are you looking to lean on this year? Yeah,
so our 5 senior captains, we have Kiara Ham, Drew Perry, Lindsay Nyman, Lily Honzinski, and
there's always one, and it's
okay, we'll definitely have to cut that out. Okay, and Janelle Jackson. So should I answer that again?
Wait, you missed the principal's daughter?
Oh my gosh, no. She's still a little kid in my brain. Okay, should I answer it again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so our 5 senior captains are Kiara Ham, Drew Perry, Lindsay Nyman, Janelle Jackson, and Lily Honzinski. And we also have Suhani Hala, who joined as a senior this year.
Great. What's your outlook? What are you hoping for? What's going to be a really good season? What's going to be I'm really happy with that result kind of season? I think
we're looking good this year. With a lot of talent coming in from the freshmen as well. So I'm hoping that we can. I think we were 4 for 4 last year. Like we lost 4, we won 4. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely hoping, I have high hopes for this year, and hoping to do well at MVCs at the end of the season as well.
Great.
That's great. Well, we wish you all the best this season.
And the meets are at the high school?
So we travel all around for
Okay.
meets.
But your home meets, where would they be?
They would be at Legends.
At Legends, okay.
Yeah, so with the confusion with the move, we weren't able to schedule any home meets this year, so we're just kind of in the local gyms around us.
Okay, great.
Yeah, well, good luck, and we'll be rooting you on from afar, and hopefully maybe get over there and see. I know, like as I told you, we know the Laura Packard, so wishing her the best this year. Maybe we'll get over there to see her and the rest of the team. So
Yeah, definitely.
thank you for joining us, and everybody, thank you for listening. Until next time, we'll see you then.